It says we are. Technical delays. You got ads, Ian?
I got an ad. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there we
Looks like
are.
we're live.
Hey, we're live. What's going on, guys? It's Record Store Day. Why don't you turn that down, Ian, so we don't have a... Ian's on the chat if anyone wants to chat with him. Hopefully you can hear us. It's a lot of traffic out here. We're out here in front of Dearborn Music. As you can see, there's like, I don't know, 5 people online so far. We got out here about...
10:30?
About 10:30. And there was another Mike from the Facebook group was here when me and Jack, my son, pulled in. Ian was probably solid, 10 minutes behind us?
I drive slow.
He drives slow. So
I do everything slow.
what are you trying to do there, Ian?
Just keeping up with the chat.
Yeah?
There is no chat.
There's no chat.
Chat.
We got a couple people on here. What's going on? Hopefully everyone's having a good record store day. It's now officially the Saturday, so I guess it's the record store day now.
It is. Minus the records.
Minus the records. Dearborn Music opens at 8, so we'll be out here for the next 8 hours or so. Hopefully, I'm trying to get both of us in the
Probably more
picture.
like 10 hours by the time all is said and done.
That's true, yeah, because the way they do it is they've got hey, what's going on? They here at Dearborn Music, you've got a list they hand out at 8:30 in the morning, or I think it's like right at 8 in the morning, and then you're able to get in and pay for your stuff at 8:30. So I don't know. Drop us a comment. Let us know what you guys are doing.
Yeah, got quite a few people.
Yeah, there you go. Is anyone else out there in line somewhere in the Record Store Day land?
Yeah, let us know if you're at other stores.
Or let us know what time you guys are planning to go out. I guess, this will be up on our page too, so I guess you don't really have to watch it live, but drop us a comment. I know that there's probably 6 or 7 things I'm definitely going to grab. We're first in line, so we should be able to get pretty much whatever we want.
Yeah, I would think so. And the numbers for everything is pretty high.
Yeah, so there's nothing like super rare that I'm looking for. I know that there is in the drop next month.
Yeah.
Are you trying to respond? Ian's trying to be...
I'm as I said, I do everything slow.
Hopefully you guys can hear us. We're out here in a parking lot out in front, but I gave Ian a task.
Yeah, that I'm not very good at.
No? Got some traffic driving by us here. So I know that I know Pink Floyd doesn't have anything coming out for Record Store Day, which I'm kind of surprised to have the last couple of years at least. Roger Waters or David Gilmour have done something, but with the announcement that they're going to finally release the 2018 mix of Animals, which I'm pretty kind of excited about that. I don't know if are you even planning on picking that up, Ian? I know Ian's not a big Pink Floyd fan, but it's one that I'm definitely excited to grab.
I'm afraid that if I start down that rabbit hole, I'm going to have to get all of them.
And there's not a whole lot. There's like 15 albums to grab there, but Ian's a slow typer. He's trying to respond.
I'm very slow. Okay.
Are you caught up now, Ian?
No, but not at all. We've got quite a few people in here, so
that's cool.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track.
It's cool to see. I know that. I don't know. I didn't even know how this would work. I've never done a YouTube live before. We've done Facebook Live for our podcast that we do, but we haven't done that in a couple of years. And
yeah, and didn't get anywhere near this already. So.
Yeah. I don't know. The first time we did a Facebook Live, we got a pretty decent response. But
yeah, Mandy said hi.
Oh, hey, Mandy. But I don't know. I figured with the announcement that they're releasing that Animals 2018 mix, I don't know. I figured we'd talk about our top 5 Pink Floyd albums.
Now, see, I wanted to ask you about that because I've read conflicting articles about why it was delayed or that it was going to be delayed again. Mm-hmm. One article said it was because Roger Waters wanted it delayed, and then another article said it was because David Gilmour wanted it delayed.
I kind of fall on the side that it was probably David Gilmour that's the reason that was delayed. I know Roger Waters said that there was new liner notes that were done for the album.
Yes, I read that in the one.
And he released, like, Roger Waters released the liner notes on his website. And if you read through them, I can kind of see why David Gilmour, being the kind of person that he is, was not a big fan of those liner notes. Which, I don't know, they do that with a lot of those releases, though. I don't think Pink Floyd has with any of theirs, but I know that I've seen it with other bands, too, where they'll release, like, an updated liner notes for an album, especially an album like Animals, which was a gigantic album at the time.
Right. Well, the tall sets, they did practically like books on, you know,
for all of those,
for
yeah.
all the reissues. I mean, they're 80-page books, like small novellas, really.
Yeah.
On each individual release. So.
But I don't know, Ian. As far as like top 5 Pink Floyd albums, what would you go? What's your top 5?
Animals probably number 5. Dark Side of the Moon, number 4.
Yeah.
The Wall. No, Wish You Were Here would probably be number 3. Then The Wall, and then Division Bell.
Division Bell. Yeah. Division Bell's a great one. I think it's definitely the better of the 2 post Roger Waters albums.
Yeah.
I mean, Momentary Lapse of Reason's a good album, but
that comes probably like, that would be like 6, you know.
Yeah. I mean, if I was going 5 to 1, I mean, that's tough. I think I'd probably have to go. I'm sure this changes all the time, especially my at least 3, 4, and 5. 5, I'd probably have to go with The Wall, I think. Number 4, I'd have to go Metal. Metal's an incredible album. I don't know if have you even
I've listened to them all. It's been a while.
Echoes is an incredible song. It's the whole second side of Metal. It's a fantastic album. Number 3, I'd probably have to go with Animals, even though I love that album. Number 2, Wish You Were Here. Then, of course, number 1, I'd have to go Dark Side of the Moon. I think, personally, it's the greatest album ever recorded. I was posting pictures on the Facebook group earlier today. I busted out the 30th anniversary copy that I have that I gave a spin today.
Sorry,
Ian's not good at multitasking, so...
Not at all.
Why don't you read some comments? What we got? Anyone saying anything on there?
A lot of hellos. Flat Round and Spun said he's going to bed.
Yeah,
he's heading out to Tacoma tomorrow.
Yeah, he's over on the West Coast.
Yeah, so he's getting a few things for himself. Christy says she's not able to be here. She said she's going to live vicariously through us. That's not a I wouldn't
that's not a good thing.
That, no. The Music Hole said in bed on my Zonk strategy. I don't know what that is.
Now, for you people that aren't planning on going out tonight, but are planning to go tomorrow, what time are you guys planning on going out? I know there's some people on Dearborn Music's Facebook page that were asking what time people kind of line up. And I think some people were planning on coming out, 3, 4, 5 o'clock. Like I said, Dearborn Music opens up at 8 a.m. I think it was probably the September drop last year. I showed up at, I want to say 3:30, 3:45 in the morning, and there was probably already 20, 25 people in line. So Dearborn gets a really big crowd for Record Store Day.
Yeah.
What else you got there, Ian? Any other comments?
We got awesome show, great job. Tim and Eric reference. I'm a Dr. Steve Brule fan.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you wouldn't. I was going to type that, but I said it.
Oh, okay.
So. That was from the Music Hole.
Ian's representing some Jethro Tull. He's got his Tull shirt on.
Yep. We haven't gotten our merchandise in yet.
I got my shipping notification for my t-shirts. I mean, yeah, if you guys want, there's a link on pretty much any of our last couple of videos for the merch store. If you guys want t-shirts, I just ordered some. I should be getting mine here pretty soon.
Vinyl Junkie, he works at the store, so he doesn't have to worry about a line.
Yeah, that's always good.
And they open at 7.
I know that whenever I retire, that's one thing I'd love to do, is just go work part-time at a record store. I think it'd be an awesome job.
Yeah. Short of owning one.
I would love to own a record store. That would be my ultimate gig there. What else you got? Why don't you?
The Zonk. He filled me in on what Zonk was. It was a commercial that Tim and Eric did.
Okay.
I haven't seen that one. I'll have to check that one out.
Got some more cars rolling through here. They're probably wondering what the heck we're doing out here.
Hmm.
I'm surprised. Normally on record store day when we camp out front, there's normally a couple people that drive by at some point and they're like, hey, what are you guys all lined up out here for?
Right. Johnny Era just said, mad respect for the doing live. Thank you. He's going to Sonic Boom in Toronto, Canada.
Oh, sweet. We got some, there's a guy that used to come to Dearborn Music quite often. He was from up in Windsor. But of course with the bridge and the border and everything being closed, I felt kind of bad because he hasn't been able to come down, obviously, since beginning of last year. I think that he had a buddy that owned a record store up in Canada somewhere. He used to come down here and buy some records and sell some up there in Canada. And he's a cool guy.
Movie musician 75 Brian says the stores in his area are opening up between 7:30 and 8.
Yeah. Surprisingly enough, there's another big store not too far from Dearborn Music that I don't think they open up until 11 or 12, which I think is really kind of strange.
Member Barry wants to know what our number one picks are. You mean for the Pink Floyd or for the tonight for the record store day?
Yeah. Which one?
If it's for record store day, I don't know. I'm kind of excited for this Elton John because I don't know anything about it. So it'll be kind of a unique catch. Same with the record store day.
No.
Kind of with and the same with the acoustic Prince.
Yeah, that acoustic Prince album is going to be really good. I really want to check that out. And also the probably that Morrison Hotel sessions, which I'm a huge Doors fan. Morrison Hotel is probably my favorite Doors album. So that's really one that I'm really interested in checking out.
Yeah, I mean those are like my top picks. I've got like 7 or 8.
Yeah. That
I'm going to be grabbing, which is actually a lot for me, to be honest.
Yeah, Ian's not a big record store day person, which I get it. There's a lot of people out there that just don't get into a lot of the stuff, especially like this year, last year. There was a lot of picture discs, a lot of soundtracks and things like that. Hey, that's not a lot of people's gig, so I get it, especially if you're. You got more selective tastes. I think there's a lot of stuff that generally doesn't get issued for record store day.
Member Barry said just picked up original Pink Floyd Animals yesterday for $20.
That's a smoking deal. That's a great deal. I've got an original UK pressing of Animals, and probably like the crown jewel of my collection is I've got the pink. It's a really rare pink pressing from France from '77, and there's a lot of different. I think there's 3 of the all pink pressings out there, and then there's some more pink pressings that's a little more common. They have the actual cover from Animals on it, which I got the all pink one. It's got all pink cover, all pink inner sleeve. There's no writing or anything on it. I'm giving Ian a chance to do some typing.
Yeah. Got that $20 Animals. It's Second and Charles. Are you familiar with that?
No,
one?
I'm not. Where's that at? Who sent that one?
Member Barry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. Where that one is.
Is Second and Charles, is that a Detroit-based store?
I don't know. There's a bunch of them in this area that I don't really live in the Detroit area, so I don't venture out this way. I think Dearborn Music's generally my furthest that I venture out.
It's a chain of stores. It's all movie, games, vinyl, etc.
Oh, okay.
So it's probably like a what Media Play would kind of be.
Okay.
Maybe.
I think I have heard that. I think someone posted on the Facebook group a while back about that.
Johnny Era says, when it comes to Record Store Day, what do you think can be done to make Record Store Day more enjoyable? As over the years it's become picture disc heavy.
It has. I think that Record Store Day in the long run really needs to get back to, I think, what it was originally, which was, more of those rarer albums. I'd love to see, there's a couple of things I was really hoping to see get reissued this year for Record Store Day. Hopefully we'll see more of those rare pressings. Blues Traveler 4 is one that I would absolutely love to see get issued for Record Store Day. I was really kind of hoping to see something like that, but I don't know, maybe because of the pandemic and there was shortages and there was a lot of shipping delays and everything was closed for much of last year. Maybe they put a damper on some of the stuff that was being released.
Mm-hmm. For me, it's reissues. It's stuff that's either like 4 that hasn't been on vinyl in years.
Yeah, even the most recent pressing of 4. Which came
expensive.
out,
2012.
I think it was even more recent than that. But that thing goes for $500-600 on
Yeah.
Discogs. So
And I love that album, but I'm not paying that.
no.
And it's let's see, that was 94. So I guess it'd probably have to wait till the 30th anniversary edition, probably.
But I know that Ian, there's also a couple of Jethro Tull albums that were never released on vinyl that I'm sure Ian would love to grab. There's a couple of Alice Cooper albums that have gotten pretty expensive. Welcome to My Nightmare 2 is one that, and Alice Cooper normally does a Record Store Day release, which he hasn't done. Maybe he'll do a Black Friday release, I'm not really sure. But, I'd like to see more of that kind of stuff get issued on Record Store Day, and I think it would kind of help Record Store Day in the long run. But when you see like bands like Mr. Big doing which was a pretty popular album, and they're only releasing 500 of them, I think that kind of makes a lot of people, decide not to go out for Record Store Day because they don't think they're going to get it unless they're here at 10, 11 o'clock the night before.
Member Barry says it's weird seeing a live stream of a store I go to all the time. Patrick, Staring at the Beach, The Cure, he's looking forward to.
Yeah.
Also Cheap Trick.
That's another album that I'd love to see reissued for Record Store Day is Wish by The Cure. My favorite Cure album, and it's another one that's super expensive.
Vinyl Junkie says, what do you think about the Motley Crue set?
I would love to get that Motley Crue set, but man, they completely forget that John Corabi did an album with them. And that album, I know Ian gives me the look.
No,
it's actually a really good album.
It's just not a Motley Crue album.
It is a Motley Crue album, just it doesn't have Vince Neil.
Well, I won't have that argument with you because you said the same thing about the opposite of the Jethro Tull album that doesn't have that, there was a new band. It's like, it was supposed to be a solo album.
I'm, and I think it only goes up to, I think the last album in that box set is Dr. Feelgood, I believe. I don't know. I might pick that up. It's one that I'm kind of going back and forth on.
Yeah, it's a little bit more on picture discs. I think overall the consensus is that picture discs are fine, but it shouldn't dominate the Record Store Day thing. And it seems it's definitely picture disc heavy, like Johnny said this year.
I know one thing, Ian. We do a live stream again out here in a parking lot. I'm bringing my camera stand. This thing's kind of hard. My little phone's actually making my arm tired.
Oh, so yeah. As far as everything else goes, I mean, like I said, I'm picking up a lot more this year. I'm picking up like 7-8 albums, which last year I only came out for the August one, and I got 2 records.
Yeah. And actually, to be completely honest, when the list was first announced,
I didn't think I was gonna get anything.
I looked over that list and I was like, man, I'm going to Record Store Day by myself. I didn't think Ian was even going to go.
Right. So, yeah. I'm also picking up like The Who, The Kinks, Tom Petty.
Yeah, that Tom Petty one. Which, Tom Petty, I kind of go back and forth on because I can get it later off his website. Even though the one on his website's a black version, I want to say the Record Store Day version is blue.
Blue, yeah. Which that doesn't even matter to me either way. I'm here, I'm going to pick it up.
I'm much more of a colored album junkie than Ian is.
Yeah. So, okay, Member Barry says, can't make it because of work. Question is, one thing that I want had 1,500 pressings. How hard will that be to find? It's a well-known band, but not talked about release.
I will say that it really depends. It's really kind of hit and miss. And I know some people look at, I've heard people talk about the Prince album and say, oh, there's 15 or 20,000 of those being released, so I can kind of get that whatever. But a couple of Black Fridays ago, the Pearl Jam Unplugged, I want to say it was 15,000 of those released on Black Friday. And those actually sold out pretty quick. And those were really expensive to buy off Discogs or eBay until they reissued it last year. So I've seen things that have high numbers go out quick, and I've seen things with low numbers, 1,000 to 2,000 copies that sit on a shelf. So it really kind of depends.
Patrick says, if you like Seattle grunge, get Grunt Truck.
Yeah, that's one I'm definitely gone back and forth on.
So, and then Johnny Era said, besides the picture disc, I think numbers are too limited. There needs to be more quantities. Look last year's with the Rolling Stones release, which we talked about in the show.
Which is funny because the Rolling Stones release that Let It Bleed from last year, I ended up getting I think it was the 50th anniversary box set for roughly about the same price. And the box set, other than not having the cool colored album, I think was a far better package for the price.
Yeah, for me, it's always about the package just as much as the sound.
Of course it is with the end. It's about
Let's
the
keep
sound.
this PG, all right?
It's about the sound.
It's about the sound. But the package has to really have a lot going for it. If you're spending money, especially if you're getting into the triple digits, it better have a good package.
Yeah. So. No, I completely agree. And that was the one thing that I know Pink Floyd did. Of course, I'm going to come back to Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd did the immersion box sets for The Wall, for Dark Side of the Moon, and Wish You Were Here. And I got the Dark Side of the Moon immersion box set. I mean, outside of the content of the music, which was really good, there was some stuff that wasn't really easy to get on there. But, they included like a marble set, which no one's going to use, and a scarf. It's that kind of stuff that kind of, when I say that kind of stuff, if it wasn't Dark Side of the Moon, I would pass. If I'm going to spend $120, if there's just stuff that I don't really see as relevant to the music.
Right. And for the most part, most of the sets that I have have all been relatively cheap.
Yeah.
I think the most I spent on a big set, other than the Ozzy set, was that Flogging Molly set.
Yeah.
And that was $60. But that came with a bunch of kind of silly stuff too.
Yes, I heard it. I heard that butthead in my head also.
But
I would do it, but I'm really bad at impersonations.
The Ozzy set was a really nice package. I mean, it had 16 discs in it.
Yeah.
And it came with posters, but it wasn't like heavy on like fluff. It was just those posters and the records, which I thought was fantastic set.
In hindsight, the Ozzy box set was definitely one I wish I would have grabbed. But I ended up passing on it because I'm not a huge Ozzy solo. I'm not a huge Ozzy solo fan, so there was only like 2 or 3 albums from the box set that I wanted that I didn't already have. So it's kind of hard for me to come up off of $500.
Jim Stafford's missing due to work.
Yeah.
Says looking to get the Def Leppard and Triumph box set. I didn't know I must have missed the Triumph box set on the list.
Triumph is definitely on there.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's going to be a big one also.
Music Man 75, kind of interested in the Vinyl Nation documentary.
Yeah, I'm hoping the Dearborn gets one of those because I think there's only 1,000 of them that they're releasing. Mm-hmm. So the Vinyl Nation documentary, I haven't seen it. I know that I've heard a lot about it though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you showed me the picture of the packaging.
And the packaging looks pretty sweet for it.
Yeah, definitely. Engine Kid. Patrick says this has got Trevor picking up Engine Kid box set. They were another influential group.
Yeah.
So, I'm not familiar with Engine Kid. Remember Barry Sucks, there's no Pink Floyd this year.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to some Pink Floyd. I know that they just did the Nebworth concert. They just released that. Mm-hmm. So maybe that was the reason why they didn't do an RSD release this year. But Pink Floyd is a band that definitely has a bunch of stuff that needs to be released, especially the Wall live concerts from 1980. I've got the CD box set. I think it's called Is There Anybody Out There? I think is what it is. I'd love to have that on vinyl. I know there's a bootleg of a German show from the Wall tour that you can get off of Rollin' Rex, but I haven't seen it. It hasn't been listed on there for a long time, and if you find it online, it's like $300. So
right. Flat Round and Spun are all Nebworth releases just EPs.
Yeah, because the Nebworth show was a benefit concert. So yeah, there was only like 6 or 7 songs I think they did. So yeah, unfortunately, that's all it is. But it's on a 2-disc. It's a 45. It sounds fantastic.
Engine Kid has, and this is from Patrick. Engine Kid has the singer of Sun Ho.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to check him out. I'll definitely give him a listen. Because I'm not familiar with Sun Ho either,
No.
to be honest. But I will look them up when we're done here.
What time do people usually show up? You know, it really depends. Ian and I got out here last August. We got out here like 11 o'clock, and I want to say the first person didn't show up until probably after midnight.
It was like 12:30.
But you know, that might have just been last year, because I know back in 2019, Ian didn't come out with me. My son Jack came out, and I want to say the first people in line for Record Store Day 2019 got here at 8 o'clock the night before. So people out here tend to line up pretty early, and there's normally a pretty big crowd. I know you probably can't see it, but the line normally goes all the way down all the storefronts and like wraps down the road around the corner. So there's normally a couple hundred people out here in line. So
Vinyl Junkie wants to know if you're picking up any jazz.
yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Isn't there a Charlie Charlie Mingus?
Well, I do want to get that Thelonious Monk,
Okay.
the custodian mix. That's definitely what I'm going to grab. But outside of that, I didn't see. Here, Ian, you turned like off the camera.
Sorry.
Off the top of my head, I'm trying to think what other jazz releases there were. I don't know. I'm going to finalize my list obviously before the store opens up.
Right, right.
I'm sure there's a couple. I normally grab a couple.
Patrick says there's no Mingus.
No, I know that that Thelonious Monk is coming out. I don't remember if it's this drop or the drop next month. Is the Miles Davis, Jack Johnson sessions. That's going to be definitely a really good one. You know, if that's today, I'll definitely grab that.
What's it so far?
I don't know. We've been on here for almost a half an hour. I think it's
yeah. Too much of us is not a good thing.
Too much of Ian is a bad thing.
That is very true. Very, very true.
Flipside Records. Are they Flipside? That's
we heard they were moving.
Yeah, I don't think they've announced a date. They were supposed to close. Flipside was supposed to close. I thought it was the end of last month, but they are still there. I think they're going to close the end of this month now, and I'm not sure. They haven't, as far as I know, they haven't announced where the store is moving to.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that Dearborn Music has opened up a new store in Farmington this summer, so that'll be cool. I wish it was a little closer to my house, but it's actually about 25 minutes further for me. But I'll definitely check them out after they open.
So Patrick says didn't feel like he needed to get the Monk since he had the first issue.
Yeah.
Angels Vinyl World, Linkin Park's Meteora.
Definitely.
Is going to be sought after title.
Yeah, that's definitely what I'm going to grab. I'm a huge, I love Meteora. Their first 2 albums are fantastic. Mm-hmm. So that's definitely what I'm going to grab.
Member Barry says July 28th is the last day, I'm assuming, for Flipside.
Okay.
Is the weather more comfortable in June rather than April?
Absolutely.
It's a little muggy, but
I'll definitely take that. I think so when I came out here April of 2019, because that was the last time that we had Record Store Day in April, it was cold that day. And I think it was during that Record Store Day when I decided I was going to buy a propane heater. So I brought my propane heater out here for September and October of last year, which definitely helped out. But yes, I would love to have Record Store Day in June and July every year.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than being completely uncomfortable. That's that, and being out here at night isn't going to be that bad.
And that's here in Michigan. I know that there's some guys in the Facebook group that are down in Texas, and I know that they say, I'm sure it gets pretty hot down there, even at night.
Yeah. Vinyl Junkie says Miles is next month.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely what I'm going to grab.
Christy says hoping to get the Chicago Blues set.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
Haven't heard anyone talk about that, but it's an analog release put out by Kraft. Should be great.
Yes, Randy, we are first in line.
Movie Musician 75. Good night. 5 a.m. is going to come real quick.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I definitely get that.
Doyle's Basement Records. I love how you guys are already at the store waiting. And
Yeah,
we're not alone. There's a few other people waiting.
I want to say that there's at least, I think there's, other than the two of us, there's another 4 people. So there's like 5 or 6 of us out here.
Randy just tuned in.
And I will say that I think in record store days past, that the crowd normally shows up, I'd say between 2 and 3 in the morning.
That's when it really starts to come in heavy. Angels Vinyl World. Used to live in Dearborn back in '95. Worked at the Wendy's over across from the Ford building.
Awesome.
Yeah. Dearborn, remember Barry, Dearborn Music has everything, so you guys will get anything you want. Hopefully. I think we will. Flat Round and Spun, good night. Getting up 5 hours, absolutely. Get some sleep. Anyone getting any of the Steely Dan releases?
I didn't know that there was any Steely Dan being released.
I don't remember. I kind of go back and forth on Steely Dan because I do like a lot of their tracks, but I don't know their catalog well enough to know if it's going to be a collection for me.
Yeah, that's how there's a Grateful Dead release coming out for Record Store Day. I'm not a huge Grateful Dead fan, so I didn't really know. I guess I need to look into it a little bit more before I decide whether or not I'm going to pick it up. But
I'm probably more likely to get the Grateful Dead collection, I think, than Steely Dan. But even that, I mean, there's a lot of records to buy there, so it's hard to say. But I think Steely Dan's a band I really should look into more deep, get some deep cuts going and
absolutely
see what they're, just overall if it's something I want to get into a collection. Otherwise, I might just do like a greatest hits or something like that. I guess there's 2 Steely Dans coming out.
Oh, okay. So,
according to Christy. So.
Cool. Well, no, I think we just hop on here and say hi to everyone. Like I said, give us the episode thumbs up.
Hopefully, yeah. Thanks for this. Has been awesome. We got a lot of people talking.
That's the one thing I love about the community that we've built and really the vinyl community in general is the interaction we all have with each other. I think it's really cool.
Randy says he's getting ready for bed. Thankfully, Reno has 3 record stores, and the crowds don't tend to show up until after sunup.
That's cool.
Yeah, that is cool. But I would assume this time of year that even Reno stays pretty warm. At night.
I bet. But that's one of the things I really love about Record Store Day is coming out here and like sitting for 6-7 hours and just like talking music with people. It's pretty cool.
2 Against Nature is the Steely Dan that Christy's looking forward to. Only put out in 2000.
Oh, okay.
Goes for a lot of money, so I definitely get that. And Patrick Nairn says it's not toxic. The community, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome. Oh, Striper. Yeah, that Striper album will be another big title. That's Angels Vinyl World. Striper was another band I never really got into, so it's probably one I should revisit. I'm not sure. There's a lot. It's amazing how I know that there's a lot of music we listen to and we're familiar with, but how much we are not familiar with.
Absolutely. But that's the one thing I love about like the Vinyl Den Facebook group is like I've discovered so much music from the group because there's people post stuff all the time. I would say half the posts a day. I mean, I'm like, I don't know what that is, but I'll check it out. So I've discovered a bunch of music through there, and I think it's definitely really cool.
Angels Vinyl World says, have a good night, guys. Cannot wait to see what you guys will get eventually. Well, I'm sure. Well, Nick will definitely be doing a video.
I'm gonna do a video Saturday afternoon sometime when I get home, and so my like Record Store Day review will be up on Sunday. We'll see what if I can talk Ian into doing a video.
I'll try. Doyle's Basement Records, the shop in KC. People start showing up around 4-ish, and then by 7 there's a huge line out the door. That seems about like
that's about right.
Patrick Nairn, like calling Oates.
Actually Ian and I were talking about that. I don't know if that was you that posted that earlier or not, but I saw the number on the Facebook group, and I was like, I think I've called that before, so that's why I dialed the number, and I was like, immediately, oh yeah, I'm gonna press number 3 and listen to this. And Ian was outside for a little while, and before we headed out this way, and the whole time he was on there, outside at least, I was on my phone listening to Hall & Oates. So
he made me do it like cold call. He didn't tell me what it's for. He said, just dial this number. So it was pretty fun. And then Patrick said it was him.
Okay.
So, Member Berry, thanks. We're going to try and have some fun. Whatever service you have is great, good quality. That's good.
Hey,
I'm glad to
thanks.
hear that.
Verizon comes through again.
Mandy says she's been singing Man-Eater for 3 hours now.
Yeah.
Patrick, so there you go.
My wife called that number too because she didn't know what it was either. So, and that's actually funny, Mandy, that you said Man-Eater because that's exactly what I was listening to.
Yeah, definitely. None of those songs are like my favorite Hall & Oates song.
I think there's only 4 options, I think.
Yeah, there is. So he says yes, big exclamation. So, to be honest, I can't remember the name of the song that I really like by Hall & Oates.
They've got a lot of them.
They do. But I'm not a huge fan, so there's like only like a couple I like. But,
Yeah.
Jesse Shaw just
we are first in line.
Yeah. It's 1,500, a lot of records for a world release. It seems tiny.
That is small.
Yeah.
That is definitely small. I'd say anything under 2,000 or 3,000 is probably a small release.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of things that are coming out. There's only 500 copies of, so that's like super limited. And I think those are like regional releases also. Oh, his car is stopping behind me. I don't know what they're.
Speaking of Hall & Oates, this is Christy. I'd love to see a RSD release of sessions with musicians playing at Daryl's house.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm not a huge fan, but they're great musicians.
Absolutely.
And that'd be pretty interesting. Mandy says she remembers watching that Man-Eater video over and over.
Yeah, I remember when that Man-Eater video premiered on MTV. I don't remember when it premiered, but I remember when it was like in heavy rotation. Ian and I were talking about that earlier. That when I was younger, in the 84, 85, 86, there'd be days where I would just nothing on TV, no cartoons or nothing. I would just turn on MTV and had MTV on all day, and you'd see that Man-Eater video. There for a while, it seemed like every hour on the hour they were playing it.
Member Barry says they eat at Jersey Mike's next to her. Yeah, always eat there.
I got bugs attacking me.
Patrick says he doesn't have any of their albums, just thinks it's amazing. So the phone line.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think it's great. I wonder who comes up with that idea to have something like that.
I want to know who just pays to do that. Like, 'cause that's got to cost something.
Oh, I'm sure.
But interesting. Yeah, the bugs are getting a little bad.
Yeah, but all right, guys, that's all we got. We figured just hop on here and say hi. I didn't realize we'd be on here for almost 40 minutes.
Yeah.
But like I said, drop us a comment because the video will stay up on the page. So drop us a comment. Let us know what you guys' top 5 Pink Floyd albums are, and what time you're deciding to come out to Record Store Day.
Real quick, Member Barry just wants to know what our favorite record store is in Toledo. I've only been to a couple, so it would have to be your choice.
In Toledo, man, what's the? I'm trying to think. I'm drawing a blank on the name right now. It's the one that used to be downtown, like off Secor, and then they moved. Look it up real quick, Ian.
Well, I'm doing this real quick.
Ian's typing. I don't have a phone I can look it up on.
We can look it up right after, and we'll post it in the Facebook group.
Well,
Or on
not everyone's in the Facebook group, Ian.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
That's why just hop over to and just type in Record Stores Toledo. As soon as I see it, I can be like, oh yeah, that's definitely it. Oh, it's funny to see it up on your video, on your screen. Culture Clash, that's it. Yeah, Culture Clash is a great one. That's one I go to, because I'm not too far from Toledo, so that's one I go to, pretty regularly. At least every couple of months I go down there.
Yep, Mandy just said it too.
Culture Clash. Yeah, of course my wife would remember what record store
she probably Googled it while I was trying to tell you.
Yeah, that's true.
So, it's not as big as Dearborn Music.
No, it's not. But it's a really good store. They do a lot more. I don't know. They got a really good selection. But they've got. I picked up more bootlegs there than I typically do at Dearborn.
I can't remember which one it was. Like I said, I've only been to one or two in Toledo. So
You've been to the new because we went down there that one day.
Okay.
So you've been to the new Culture Clash because they moved during the beginning of the pandemic and everything last year. So
yeah, it's definitely smaller, but they had a decent selection when I was there. So
I'm not intentionally trying to cut Ian out of the picture. He
No,
just keeps moving.
I'm a fidgety guy. I have to. That's why you see me cross-armed in the videos because I fidget.
Yeah, because Ian likes to slap his hands on his leg, and the microphone really picks it up. So
I'm animated.
All right, but that's all we got, guys. Good night. Hope everyone has a fun record store day. Come back and check out the video on Sunday. I'll have my review video up.
Yep, absolutely.
But give the episode a thumbs up. Like I said, drop us a comment down below, guys. Have a good night. Peace.